Hello, today I'm joined by Thomas Borchert, the editor of Fliegermnagazin in Germany, and Emmanuel Davidson, the managing editor of Aviation and Pilote in France. Thought we'd have a chat, see how things are affecting them overseas. How you all doing?
Very good, thank you.
Good. And you, Emmanuel, still good with you?
For the time being, splendid.
Good. For the purposes of full disclosure, I should say to anyone watching this that I recorded this as well yesterday. And completely screwed up the audio, so we're having to do it again, I'm afraid. So that's just the learning process, as they say. So basically, we've now been in more or less shut down in the UK for a couple of days now. I don't know if it's the majority, but certainly everywhere you look, airfields are closed down, and the government strong advice, I'm not sure it's a decree yet, but it's strong advice, is that you leave your house only for essential shopping, medicine, looking after someone, and once a day for exercise, be that a bike ride, a cycle, which is a bike ride, a walk or a run. Nowhere does it say you can go flying, and frankly, there's very few places you can go flying to in the UK or Europe at the moment. So the skies are pretty much clear, with some interesting exceptions. Just wondered, how's it going for you in Germany, Thomas?
Pretty much the same. I don't think we are quite as strict with the rules. It depends a little bit on the federal state you're in Germany. Some airports, airfields have shut down because of that. There's a NOTAM out that discourages VFR flight around the big international airports in Germany, but it doesn't really prohibit it. It just discourages it, so they don't want practice approaches or somebody crossing the control zone for sightseeing. And then there's a wild mix of airfields that are shut down, that are PPR, that are open. It really varies.
Okay. And Emmanuel, how about you in France?
Shut down for any pleasure or leisure flights. The only flights that are allowed for the moment are medevac flights, state-owned aircraft. But for the rest, basically, even the French Federation of Aero Clubs issued a note to all the aero clubs saying even your clubhouse should be shut down, and the country is under confinement, and it's getting a little bit harsher every week. So now we're confined wherever we are, and we have to carry a piece of paper stating the date of the day and the reason we're going out and the time which we have exited our confinement area, which means that we're allowed to have 1 hour once a day in one go. You cannot fraction, do half an hour and half an hour. So we've got 1 hour to do physical exercise within a radius of 1 kilometer from our confinement area. So GA is shut down.
That sounds pretty severe and fairly regimented. I'm guessing because of that, places like Robin and Dayer have their factories closed down as well.
Most of the non-essential activities related to providing food for the population or medical services and things like that have shut down, and people continue to work as they can remotely.
Wow. So, Emmanuel, we were talking yesterday about difficulties of magazine distribution in France. Does that affect you?
We came to the conclusion that it was going to be very difficult to print the magazine and get the magazine to all the readers that buy it out of the newsstands and to our subscribers. So in the end, we made the difficult decision to go full digital this month, probably next month also, because we didn't want to privilege just some of our readers. We wanted to make sure that all the people that wanted to have the magazine would be able to have it. So yeah, we came to that difficult decision.
Yeah, and Thomas, how about you? What's the situation in Germany for magazines?
Well, it's difficult, of course, but so far we can still distribute the magazine, can get it printed as well. So we try our best to hang in there. It's of course impossible to do research and fly new aircraft or do pilot reports or stuff like that. Also, I should have mentioned earlier that all school activity is, of course, shut down. So there's no flight training, no extension of certificates and stuff like that. And our authority has found a way, with the EASA support, I believe, to extend all those expiring licenses and everything by 4 months automatically.
And what about like I think manufacturers, like for example Akira and some of the other LSA manufacturers, are they, or ultralight manufacturers? Do you know if they're closed down or?
It varies. I mean, we may go to work still, but there's no schools open and no childcare facilities, so many people have to stay at home to take care of their children. So the workers are sometimes at home. Some have shut down completely. Some continue working at a lower rate. It varies a little bit.
I know, I asked them about their magazines, but I forgot to answer the question myself about Flyer. So the situation is, printers are still working, Royal Mail's still working, news agents are still open. Clearly it's not a great time for many people to go out, so the magazine will be there, will be out there, will be posted. If you haven't already, subscribe. www.flyer.co.uk/shop. Thank you.
Okay, well, I think the situation's clearly changing on a fairly regular basis. So if it's okay with you guys, we'll probably check in and do this kind of thing maybe every 10 days or so, just to see how things are developing, if there's news, and sooner if there's not. And hopefully before too long, fingers crossed, we might actually see each other once again at an airfield somewhere. If, maybe not Aero this, well, clearly not Aero this year. Although Sun and Fun's not officially cancelled, I'm pretty sure it will be. And we've got some fairly severe doubts about Oshkosh as well, to be honest with you. So,
Sun and Fun is a gunner, and we're all fearing that we won't see each other at Oshkosh, and that would be the first time in 21 years now.
Wow. Well, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, that would be a downer, certainly. I mean,
yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for your patience in doing this again after I screwed it up yesterday. Hopefully I haven't screwed it up again today. And I'll...
you looked much prettier than yesterday anyway, Ian.
Good. Let's hope so.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Stay healthy.
Safe.
You too. Okay, well, if you like that, if you do me a favor and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel will be great. And even better still, be subscribed to Flyer Magazine. Head on over to www. Oh, I've even got a link for you. There you go. www.flyer.co.uk/shop and get our subscription. If you're in the UK, you can pay by direct debit, £7.50 a quarter only, and that gets you 13 issues delivered to your door over the next year, including digital access on those same issues as well. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.